Hi, thank you for tuning in. In this video, we're going to revisit some Whitman poems that I don't believe we've covered on this channel before. And I think we're going to look at 3 poems. I hope I'm going to try it anyway. And I believe these reflect the powerful times that we're living in now. So let's take a look. Earth, my likeness. See if you could perceive this in the reflection of the times that we're living in, or the reflection of the times that we're indefinitely coming into. As heaven is to come down to the earth, and earth is to be as heaven, truly, the days of recompense and the lion's army are coming about. The fire is to cleanse the earth. Sin is to be condemned, and scales are to be balanced. Earth, my likeness, though you look so impassive, ample, and spheric there, I now suspect that is not all. I now suspect there is something fierce in you, eligible to burst forth. For an athlete is an armored of me, and I of him, but toward him there is something fierce and terrible in me, eligible to burst forth. I dare not tell it in words or even in these songs. For those who have ears to hear, let them hear. A Promise to California. While reading this poem, I finally got what California means in the poetic language, or the prophetic language, but really is the universal language. California is where the sun sets. It has the choicest of weather, but the best that you intake is the end of a man, is the setting of the sun. And it's interesting how Whitman compares California to a Great Plain, to even the Puget Sound, and even Oregon. These are something to keep in the shelves of our minds while we continue to read. So let's check out this poem. A Promise to California, or inland to the great pastoral plains on the Puget Sound in Oregon. Sojourning east a while longer, soon I travel toward you to remain, to teach robust American love. For I know very well that I and robust love belong among you, inland and along the western sea. For these states tend inland and toward the western sea, and I will also. So what is this poem saying? It's our duty when we're in our summer season, when we're in our best, most comfortable summer season, to go to reach the lost and dying world. Christ came for sinners. There are some amazing Blake poems that are about this, that even in our best comfortable summer season, that without struggle, without conflict, we are actually in slavery. And this is the purpose of the saints. This is the purpose of who we are in Christ. And this is what this poem is reflecting. A call to California, a net on to California where the sun only sets. A net onto where man can only bring an end to himself. Now the next poem is actually really interesting and actually builds on top of what we just talked about. The East coming to the West. But in this poem, Whitman describes how the East and the West, the rising and the setting of the sun, the North, the cold, and the South, the warm and the choicest of weather, is really all the same, because we are all fallen people. The germ is in us all. This is depicted in the Quran, that North and South, East and West, summer and winter are all the same to the Lord, because it's the Spirit of the Lord that determines these things. Right? Because even in our greatest trials and tribulations, that could be considered a summer season, because those are the best times in our life, because that is when we grow. It all depends on how you look at it. Right? It can be an endless summer when we're walking with the Lord. So let's check out this poem. To the east and to the west, To the man of the seaside state and of Pennsylvania, to the Canadian of the North, and to the Southerner I love. These with perfect trust I depict you as myself. The germs are in all men. I believe the main purpose of these states is to find a superb friendship exalted previously unknown, because I perceive it waits, and it has always waiting, latent in all men. For those who have ears to hear, let them hear. I believe all these poems, in their fierceness and bright truth, reflect the times that we are truly living in the spirit today, that we are at the cusp of, that we are truly thrusting towards. Thank you for tuning in. Allah bless you.